On Carter, who is a very special guest.
Absolutely. Paul Durso with Durso Capital Management here with us. We're talking about Valentine's Day, which is 2 weeks away. And I tell you what, the cost of a romantic night out and buying gifts and things for your sweetheart can really add up. So, Paul, you've got some great ideas about maybe getting back to the basics. Tell us what you're thinking.
Yeah, so, you know, Valentine's Day has really gotten away from a Hallmark holiday. You know, now you're spending a lot of money on it's no more than a card and a bouquet of flowers anymore. Now we're spending lots of money. And today we want to talk about basically how to bring that budget right back in and be a little bit more romantic.
Because I think sometimes we associate monetary value with romance. We're thinking, the bigger the gift, the more expensive it is, the more I love my sweetheart. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, I don't think so. I think we've grown into that where the more we spend, the more important we think somebody is. But in reality, I think we've lost the art of romance. And that's what we want to talk a little bit more about today.
All right, tell me a little bit what you've got in mind here.
Okay, so one of the big things that we do on Valentine's Day is what? We take somebody out to dinner, right? So the first thing that we might want to do is make them dinner. You know, when I was young, I remember everybody in movies and television talking about, you know, dating somebody and making them dinner. Today, when you go on television or watch a movie, it's always about taking somebody out. But you know what? Get in the kitchen, figure out what you're going to cook, pull up a table, pull up a chair and say, this is the chef's table. Have a conversation with your girlfriend or your spouse and cook. And there's so much romance there that we miss when we go out to dinner. And there's so many things that can happen that are wonderfully, that can start in the kitchen and having conversations. And you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it.
Wow. All right. What next?
All right. The next thing we want to talk about is basically, you know, the next big thing that somebody does on Valentine's Day. They go to dinner and then they do what?
A movie.
They go to a movie.
Yes.
So, you know what, maybe at home, maybe set up your living room or wherever you're going to watch television or a movie, you know, go to Redbox, rent a movie, or go on demand and pick something to watch together, but maybe set it up in a romantic style, because you can't do that at the movie theater.
No, boy, that's true.
So
yeah.
A lot of fun things you can do at home and make it personal that you can't when you're out.
Oh, okay. Next step?
And the last one that we're going to talk about is the gifts. Now, this is a little bit more personal for me in the sense that I've converted Valentine's over to be a love holiday for teaching my boys how to love and treat a girl right. So what we do on that day, on Valentine's Day, is we have a love party, and I teach my kids how to make mom something that shows how they feel about her. So a card or something. But the point is, I want my boys to understand that they put time and energy into something. And women love to have money spent on them, don't get me wrong. But if you put a little thought and energy and effort into doing something and making something, as corny as it could be, the value behind that is much more expensive than the money that can be spent on the gift. And that's what I'm teaching my boys, and that's what I'm telling these people is, you know, don't be afraid to put some time and energy into something and make something. It doesn't have to be just cheap. It can actually be incredibly valuable.
Paul Durso, Durso Capital Management. Some excellent, wonderful ideas here. Looking forward to Valentine's Day.
Me too.
Thank you so much, Paul. All right, 12 minutes before 9 o'clock. Stay with us. We'll be right back.